Well, I look around, I see some familiar faces, and for those of you watching online, hello from British Council. Um, I'm just so happy to be here because I hear the word British Council repeatedly um, throughout the 2 days, and you will see that Professor Liu Jun at the plenary cited one of our recent research, which is the future of English research. So today might be a very good entry point for you to do some kind of a treasure hunting in terms of what British Council has to offer. But since this is a panel discussion, I have to say that this panel is like a story. And for every story, we have the main characters that our moderator just introduced. We have a setting, which is on page 42 of your program's book. And if you would like to see the detailed introduction of the biography of all three main characters of the story, you can turn to page 124. But I'm going to talk about the plot of the story that we are going to present. And this plot branches out three different roads. And the road I'm taking is through pronunciation and global English. And the other two branches is through debating and drama. So, first of all, my road, which is pronunciation. But before that, I have to say that, as I was saying, you are embarking upon a treasure hunting journey with the British Council. So, what do you know about the British Council? Or what do you know about the British Council's work in English language teaching, learning, and assessment? Well, I would say that you probably know that British Council is associated, or IELTS is associated with the British Council. But besides IELTS, what else do you know about the British Council? And especially the language skills, lingual skill, CELTA? No, that's TESOL, okay? Well, Professor Liu Jun mentioned TERF this morning, and British Council is part of that TERF, okay, as a proud member and also a collaborator, a partner. But what about your belief about British Council? What do you believe that the British Council can contribute? For those of you who are teachers, researchers, and teacher educators, what British Council has to offer for you, ELT professionals? And once you have that knowledge, once you have that belief that British Council can be beneficial, then how do you feel about the work that we are doing in China? For those of you who do not know what we do here in China, we haven't succeeded yet. I'm not saying we are not successful. I'm saying I'm not succeeded yet. Okay, so today might be a very good opportunity for you to know that what we are doing right now. And also, in the final stage, for me, a presentation is not just about information. It should be something to do with transformation. So this presentation, in the end, I hope it will help you to engage with the resources that British Council is offering and actually engage with the activities that we do here in China. And I will put a sort of a button at the top right corner. Some of the information is for you to know. Some of the information is for you to believe. Some of the information is for you to feel and do. Okay, so let's embark on this experience. First of all, a very short introduction video about the English programs at the British Council.
We believe in the power of English to break down barriers, improve opportunities, and change lives. That's why, at the British Council, English language teaching, learning, and assessment are at the heart of what we do. With over 85 years' experience, we are English language teaching experts. We support governments to build sustainable education systems and advocate for appropriate language policy, curricula, and assessment that leave no learner behind.
يتعلمنا كيف نتعامل مع التلاميذ، نراعي الفروق الفردية، إنه يعني في بعض الطلاب بيكون سمعهم شوية ضعيف ناخدهم قدام وكده يعني.
استفدنا إنه مثلاً التلميذ يستفاد إنه مثلاً يقدر يشارك.
أنا لما نديه درس اليوم الثاني يكون مشوق إنه المعلم ده التاني يجي إنه يحضر الحصة حقته.
We partner with local organisations to create safe spaces for language learning that empower women and girls to realise their potential and help communities to recover from conflict, crises, and isolation. We connect English teachers and teacher educators with professional development opportunities that transform their careers and improve outcomes for all learners.
As a certified trainer, I am now able to reach out to as many teachers around the country and help them develop professionally, which will have a positive impact on our students' level of English.
We work with academics to research what works and where, using this evidence to inform and improve our programmes. Our award-winning programmes combine UK and local knowledge and expertise, decades of experience with the latest education technology, and a global online reach with long-standing relationships on the ground in over 100 countries.
For the first time, some of them said, the light has just been switched on. Now we know why we do what we do and how to do it.
Working together with you, we can transform English language education, break down barriers, improve opportunities, and change lives.
And you can scan the QR code if you would like to watch that again. And this is for you to know about what we do in general. And here is something concrete for you to take away. This is a website called teachingenglish.org.uk, which is the resource platform that houses hundreds of high-quality resources to help teachers and teacher educators with their continuing professional development, CPD. And this snapshot is what you can get today. You will get a course named Safeguarding Learners Online for this month, for August. And we have other courses and webinars coming on, and they are all for free. And this is the key message there. Everything the Teaching English website offers for ELT professionals are all for free. And we have the webinars, which is a monthly offer, and we have in each month, we have 2 to 3, so almost a weekly, if you think about the frequency. And in China, we have something called the Teacher Takeaway Webinar Series, which is organized monthly. For more information, you can scan that QR code and get the exact information at when, where, by whom. And this evening, by the way, there is a webinar going on, so welcome. And also in China, recordings of all the webinars can be found on Bilibili. Okay, so if you go to B site and you will search Teaching English without the space in the middle, you will be taken to a hub of hundreds of videos of all of those lectures. Okay, and also we have open learning sources. For example, the MOOCs, like I mentioned, the Safeguarding Children Online. The MOOCs contains a variety of contents. For example, not just inclusive and equality, but also to do with the nitty-gritty of teaching English, the teaching practice. For example, teaching pronunciation, teaching vocabulary, teaching listening, speaking, reading, and writing, all the rest of it. And we have also events and festivals to celebrate online. For example, we have the International Women's Day, the World Teachers' Day, and also in this October, we have something called the China Teaching English Online Conference, and more information also down at that bottom. And this is the Bilibili site we are organizing, okay? If you zoom in to some of the videos, there are only 300 or so views, which is very, very low, okay? So I expect that everybody, if you take a look at all of those topics, then please spread the word, understand this treasure hunting journey can be fruitful. And also, to do with resources, we have something highly localized. This year, we have provided 3 PDF files mapping out the content according to China's new curriculum standards. So we have 3 PDF files, detailing over 400 resources, lesson plans, teaching activities, and all the rest of it on that page. So treasure hunting fruitful again. So we have also, for researchers, the publication opportunities. So if you would like to engage with UK sector and with others internationally, I would highly encourage all of you to take a look at the publications section on that Teaching English website, where you can find resource books, case studies, insights and research, milestones in ELT, ELT Research Awards, ELT Master's Dissertation Award. Okay, for those of you who are graduate students and master degree students, there is this opportunity. And also, this is for you to know, believe, and feel. And now come back to my plot of the story. I used the website to develop the foundation of today's talk, which is I search pronunciation in the website, and what do I get? I get results over here. If you take a look at the numbers here, professional development 84, teaching resource 58, teachers 47, all categorized according to students' language proficiency level. Okay, so it doesn't matter you're teaching primary, secondary, or tertiary, you will find resources suitable for you. And what I found through the search are some really helpful webinar to start with. For example, this is an Elton Award. Do you know Elton? ELT Innovations Award, short as Elton's Award. And this is an Elton Awards winner in terms of pronunciation teaching, Mark Hancock. And he has developed a set of teaching materials to teach pronunciation. I recall that there is a very rhythmic section from his product. You see, all of us have been sitting for 2 days, so there is something rhythmic. You know, it goes like this. You won't get fit just sitting on the seat. If you want to get fit, gonna get up on your feet. Don't feel that seat, gonna move a little bit. Kick your feet to the beat, feel the heat. That's it, right? And that is a part of Mark Hancock's work, okay? So teachers treasure hunting. And also we have this researcher / teacher educator. His name is Robin Walker, and he's the author of a book called Pronunciation as a Lingua Franca. And he's the proponent of teaching pronunciation not just as a pure pursuit of accents. For example, you would like to speak pure RP. Even Professor Liu Jun doesn't speak pure American English, right? According to my judgment, Professor Liu speaks like turf, which is like American English, but he says ask, which is English. Okay, so that's the idea of the pronunciation in a globalized world. So how do you do that? Well, this is the slides taken from the Teaching English website, and some of it. First of all, this researcher, Robin, outlines the importance of teaching pronunciation. And I single this one out because it contains useful information, something that hasn't been mentioned in this conference yet, which is something called phonological loop. And this is extremely useful and significant if you understand the importance of pronunciation in terms of decoding. And also, he mentioned which model to choose from, okay? I particularly like this quote, which is the idea of the accent and intelligibility are not the same thing. Take a moment and sink that in. Accent and intelligibility are not the same thing. A speaker can have a very strong accent, yet be perfectly understood. Do you agree? Throughout the 2 days conversation, you have heard many accents. Are they intelligible? Definitely. But are they pure American and British accent? Not really, okay? So this is a chart that Robin outlined of what kind of pronunciation or phonetic features there should be taken note of. And this is an article published like 10 years ago. And recently there's a revised version, which is like this, okay? And I think it has huge implementation and also the teaching practical value for teachers. So if you take a look at just one thing, for example, we just mentioned, you won't get fit just sitting on the seat. That's rhythmic. But in terms of rhythm, is that really important for intelligibility? Is it? Not really, according to research. Okay, if you would like to challenge that, probably you're on your way to new publication. Okay, and also with that information, we come to the conclusion from Robin Walker's research, which is pronunciation matters, and most learners are interested in pronunciation. The learning goals are not standard non-native speaker accent. Accented pronunciation doesn't equal to unintelligible. Intelligible accents share common ground. Non-native speakers and native speakers teachers can be good instructors. So these are some general conclusions, and based on that general conclusions, I wrote a paper as as a British Council employee, and I published it onto a China journal. This is to do with the approaches and also the theory building upon the research I got from the Teaching English website. So I just showed you the journey I went through in terms of using the website to design a research to inform myself of the information. Well, by the way, a good argument or any argument is only as good as the source of variety. Do you think so? So if you would like to have a variety of information source, Teaching English website contains hundreds, even thousands of sources for you to consult from. So treasure hunting, everybody. And in my paper, these are my implications. I use this because I benchmark it against China's new curriculum standards. If you would like to have, high score high in college entrance examination, for example, you need to have completeness. You need to have very high quality, not very high quality, but reasonable quality suprasegmental features. And also you need to cultivate them from day one. But how do you do that? This paper, seek it out. Okay, so by the end of this talk, I have finished my plot. Okay, I have to invite my colleagues up. But before that, I hope that just in the short time frame we just went through together, you are able to know the British Council's dedication in English language teaching, learning, and assessment. You are able to believe that the British Council can contribute to your teaching and research in ELT. And please, I hope that you are now feeling this curiosity and willingness to engage with British Council's ELT offerings. Thank you very much indeed.